Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Heidi.
My name is Toby.
And this is episode 45 of our AMA series. These are questions that were sent in to us by our Patreon members. So they get to ask us all their questions. They also get to see our portfolio, trade alerts, and classes. And not to mention, it's just a really cool growing community of people coming together and helping each other learn more about cryptocurrency. Also, we have a public Discord available for you who are new to crypto, and let's say, you want to talk to anyone in person, or anyone who is on the same page as you that's trying to learn about crypto. They learned a cool thing about mining, NFTs, staking, DeFi, centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges. We have channels for all those types of conversations, and it's public for you. And the link for that is down below in the video description. And if you're a Patreon member, you can connect your Discord account to Patreon, and you'll get access to exclusive channels just for you. So,
okay,
let's get into this. First question. Hi, Heidi and Toby. Would you be able to give a quick overview of wrapped coins and tokens and their uses and advantages or disadvantages over non-wrapped? Thanks.
So say for instance you want to wrap Bitcoin. Okay, that means that you're wrapping it into an ERC20 token so that you can take advantage of the decentralized finance space. So if you want to wrap any coin, that is essentially getting it into an ERC20 token.
Yeah.
And so
I think you can also do this with like Solana and like other coins too, other blockchains.
So then you can it costs money to go ahead and wrap it, and then it also costs money to unwrap it.
Yeah, there's a disadvantage or a con. But it's also maybe there's like why people would want to wrap their coins is to maybe take advantage of special APYs that are available if you are staking that coin or farming that coin. And
crazy APIs. Yeah,
the advantage is basically it provides cross-chain interoperability between what might not have been able to happen. So bringing Bitcoin onto Ethereum, or Ethereum onto Solana, or like any of these kind of smart contract platforms or blockchains are kind of working towards this with DeFi and things. So it's not necessarily because it's better to hold Bitcoin as wrapped Bitcoin. In my opinion, if you're just holding Bitcoin, hold the actual Bitcoin, because then there is some kind of additional risk of it interacting with a smart contract, it being on a different blockchain. It's not the same thing. I think that's an important thing to point out.
Yep.
Next question. I have been getting notifications of new coins being added to centralized exchanges like Flow onto Binance and a couple Australian exchanges. It just got me thinking, do the owners of these exchanges purchase these coins before it goes on their exchange to take advantage of the increased volume? Flow pumped as soon as they got listed on those exchanges.
No, they're
not the ones who were paying.
Flow had to pay lots of money to be on these exchanges. This is how a lot of exchanges make their money. And
they deny it every time.
Yeah.
But there's been so many stories and reports of coins that were denied because they refused to, they applied to be listed there, but then they refused to pay these millions of dollars worth of fees in their coin to be listed on that exchange. So, I mean, there's so many shady things that happen on centralized exchanges. So number one, let's say Binance, because I love to pick on Binance.
You do.
Let's say they, are paid $1 million flow, or $1 million worth of flow, at least, probably more like $10 million worth of flow to be listed. And they do. The coin pumps once it's listed when it gets exposure to the millions of people who are trading on Binance. The price goes crazy, and the exchange then has a huge bag of those coins, and they might be trading against their clients. Who knows? But they're definitely. It's not like that. Like the exchanges themselves literally pump the price. It's just the coin getting the exposure of all those people. It's now much easier for people to buy that coin, and so people pour into it. So that's a dirty little secret of centralized exchanges for you.
It's not pretty.
It's not, and there's
a lot of good projects that are unable to get onto these centralized exchanges, and then they go to decentralized exchanges because they're a little more lenient. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a free listing on a decentralized exchange like Uniswap
Yeah.
is a beautiful thing.
Great.
That whole concept of that type of decentralized exchange of like an AMM decentralized exchange is so nice.
Yeah.
But also, yeah, either they like coins can't afford to. There could be such a well designed coin with an excellent dev team, and maybe they just can't get the investments, can't get investors interested in it, or they can't afford to pay those kinds of listing fees, or they, it's against their principles, and they actually are one of the few coins that have a strong set of principles that refuse to go that route of essentially selling out, and effectively giving a huge centralized supply of their coins to a thing like a centralized exchange.
I think Ravencoin was one of those where I think Binance let on. They just let them go for free, but that's pretty rare, I think. And if exchanges are saying otherwise, keep in mind that exchanges they're sneaky.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't trust the owners of these centralized exchanges very.
But also, it's like, as a coin, if you're willing to pay that, would you want to admit that you paid that much money to get listed? Everyone wants, it's this whole image, right? You want to have the image of, like, yeah, you're a trustworthy coin. You were valuable enough that Binance saw the value and they wanted to list your coin for free.
Yeah,
who wants to admit that they had to pay to play?
Yeah, it's not how it
So
works.
it's kind of like tight-lipped on both sides until there's these projects that like refuse to pay or didn't know that's how the game was played, and then they kind of are whistleblowers
Bitcoin
on
didn't
it.
pay.
But, yeah, Bitcoin didn't
They'd
pay.
be irrelevant without Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Bitcoin
Anyways.
doesn't need Binance, but Binance needs Bitcoin.
Exactly.
Okay, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode.
Yes. Stay disobedient. Don't follow the sheep. Like, subscribe, and check us out on Patreon.
And Discord.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.